Thank you for the thumbs up already for when you do get back and you do see the replay if you don't make it back. But I am here and I am looking glowy. I'll ask when somebody gets here about the lighting. So I'm going to do the intro, waiting for people to come in. Today is our June monthly eyeshadow roundup, and I got a stack of palettes. If I did not miscount, there's 19. So I'm going to do the intro for anyone that new who may join and watch the replay, and to give a few moments for YouTube to notify people, because sometimes it don't. Hey Grace, I just did part of my 2024 best of. I did almost everything except eyeshadow, but I'm gonna do the replay not the replay. I'm gonna do the intro really quick. The concept of the Crazy Troll Nation is the crazy is just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, regardless of what people may say. Hey Janessa, Sandy put a note saying she would be back in a half hour and then she's doing some shopping. So she already put a thumbs up though. She's my day one. She's my day one. So in the troll part, it's not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a particular brand or a particular tool. Use whatever you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we are about, thank you for the hearts, self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. And I am talking really fast. I feel like I am rushing. So let me calm down. So that's what we stand for here. Those also watching the replay, I do curse because I curse, period. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. And I always say, excuse me, whether I think you heard it or not. So we're going to get into, I need to slide this stuff over because I got a lot of stuff here, y'all. Oh, I just moved y'all, excuse me. I hate this vertical view. I got so much stuff here in front of me. Hey, Tanya, I was thinking about you today. So hopefully everything's going well. Yeah, you crossed my mind earlier today, and I was just like, what the hell she's doing? Hey, Tony, thank y'all for coming back, because some of y'all were here last night. So I'm just going to slide to the left. This stack of eyeshadow palettes that I used in June. Some of these you may not have seen the looks, and so I feel like I'm yelling. I don't remember what palettes I use, and so what I do is I look at my calendar, because I put looks when I do them in my calendar, what number look it is, you know, when to do it, edit it, schedule it all. I'm an organized person. Like everything I do is in my calendar, and so I look at June 1st. Oh, I could use that palette, pull it out. June 2nd, 10th, whatever. So that's how I know what palettes I use, because it's in my calendar. So you may not have seen some of these looks because I do pre-film, but these are all, oh shit. These are all the ones I used in June. And if I did not miscount, there's 19. So, and I do think some of these have not aired yet. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, something ain't right. Something ain't right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. That is a lot of palettes. And not only did I look up which ones I used, but I also wrote it on here. So I have like what palette I used. Because I think I typed this out first and then came over and pulled them out because I was at my desk. And I have like what look it was, blah, blah, blah. And I almost forgot Leela, Fabulous Fiftiosity, used that one when she was here. Oh, where'd she get? And I used this little single. It could be somebody's whole collection. Tanya, I am going to do a video about that question you asked me because I did type it out and I know I talked about it. It's about 10th what we own. Actually, you know what? This is maybe a third because I think I have like 60 something palettes. I'm not even quite a third. So this is 21. So this is like about a quarter. Not even a quarter, because a quarter, that would mean I would have like 100. And I did count like a couple months ago how many palettes I have. My sweet spot is around 60. And then even with that, I'm looking at stuff I have, and I'm like, would I miss it if it was gone? And I took two of my Pat palettes out of my Macari store, but I don't think I would miss them if they were gone. But they're just so easy to use, Divine Rose 7 and Utopian Dream. And so some of them I'm just like, you know, but this is a single MAC shadow. I did use this one. This is very pretty. So you see how it has a dual chrome aspect to it. This showed up a whole lot. Thank you, Tony. And I've always been that way. People think, oh, that's because you were in the military. No, I was always very organized, like for real, for real. And I am a firm believer in our career. Hey, you know, you have two in a row, Dawn. I'm thinking of adding another one. I don't know, because it's something else I've been thinking I would rather do as a live. And I really like the interaction too, but then I try to be realistic of who can really be here, even though the replay crew is awesome. This I did, you know what? Oh, hey, Locke. Ah, thank you. I appreciate you being here. This I used for my Pride look. I put this all over the lid, probably the only one and done I've ever done, but then I used eyeliners. Hey, Top Dollar Gamer. Janessa, you're still on the witchamajigget, right? But anyway, and I used eyeliners and did a graphic liner look, but this was the only eyeshadow I used, and it felt weird at first, and then I thought, I got it from Marshalls or somewhere. This one, Lock, it's Dazzle Style, and it says Dazzle Shadow. So the name of it is Dazzle Style. If you want it, I'll send it to you, because I don't think I'm going to use it again. I've only used it the one time because my eyelids felt really heavy. And y'all know I have sensitive lids, sensitive skin, and all of that. And so I don't know if this is just old or this is MAC, or if it was just something where, if it was just something with my lids, you know what I mean? And so, like, my eyes didn't burn or anything. It just felt heavy. Like, I felt like I had eyeshadow on, and I never feel like I have eyeshadow on. So I was just like, why are my lids feeling that way? And I looked in the mirror, and I'm like, oh, I have eyeshadow on. Hey, Monique. So this is that, and this is what it, see, this is what I thought it was going to look like. And when I put it on, I was like, oh, I was like, damn, like, that's kind of dark. So it is a dual chrome type thing. And so I'll text you if you want it, it's yours, because I really don't think I'm going to use it again, because I just didn't like how it felt. But it was easy. It was just easy to use. But it surprised me, because I thought it was going to be like this. And I put it on, and it was like this. So that's one of the things that we used. I want to show y'all something. Oh, I know what I wanted to show y'all. Where is it? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did change around. They are very pigmented, but it was just, I wasn't expecting this. I was just like, what's happening? And so I did change around the golden palette, but you'll see that because we did use the hell out of it. I ended up doing 10 looks with that palette. And since then, I saw somebody do 8 looks, and I'm like, don't tell me y'all been creeping and watching my channel. And I also mixed around Teresa's Lethal with my Night Flower palette. I believe it was the Night Flower palette. Yeah, it was the Night Flower palette. And I did not, yeah, I did. So I did mix those around. And Fabulous Fiftiosity, when she was here, you have UD Urban Decay Moon Dust and Diamond Dog on your wish list. I think I tried one of the Moon Dust, and my lid was like, troll, no. No. So that was very short-lived. And the 24 eyeliners, my lids don't like those either, like my lash lines or whatever. And I was annoyed because they have, you know, all those nice colors. But when she was here, she took the Teresa's Dead, which had like the pinky purple tones. So when I rearranged the palettes, I'm like, oh, would you like this one? She's like, oh, because she wears eyeshadow colors according to her eye color, to bring out her eye color. So she was like, oh, yeah, I would use those. So she took that. So I don't have that to show you. But I do have Night Flower that I switched around. But I want to show you something that I got from Mom's house when I was cleaning out her stuff. Because dude is like, if you see something you want, just take it. And some of her clothing, like, he does cosplay. One of his daughters, do both of them? do cosplay. So it was something that I thought could be repurposed for cosplay. Like I set that aside. Of course, I set aside her furs, and she has some African clothing. So I set that aside because I told him he can take that and donate that to the church. But this right here, I was like, what is this Freddy Krueger bag? I was like, this Freddy Krueger bag. I'm like, what the hell? But then I thought it was marks on here. I thought it was marks on here. You know what, y'all? This right here says Fashion Fair. So the green has Fashion Fair in red, and the red has Fashion Fair in green. I'm like, I wear Fashion Fair powder. And he's like, if you want it, D, just take it. I'm like, thank you. So this is something from Mom's. It does look like a Freddy Krueger bag, but this is Fashion Fair. And even on here, it says Fashion Fair. In the bag, the bag is brand new. It looks brand new. I was just like, what? And so this is from Mom's. Because some stuff was like really old. Some stuff was, you know, just dry rotted because it was like really super old. But this, I'm like, there's no signs of wear on this bag. But I was just so excited that it said Fashion Fair. So I'm like, I'm going to use this. They didn't think that out well. Well, I think this was before Freddy Krueger. And another thing I kept, this was brand new, y'all. Look at this. Still got the tag on it. This is from Victoria's Secret. And I don't need another bag. Yes, I'm a self-confessed bag lady. It might have been for Christmas, Tanya. I don't know. But my first thought was Freddy Krueger. But then I kept thinking, because I thought it was marks on here. And then when I read it, I'm like, oh, Fashion Fair. So this is Victoria's Secret bag. Not even open. Still has the tissue paper on the handle. I don't need another bag, y'all. But I'm just like, this is so cute. He was like, keep it. And so, this is so cute. And so in this pocket, and I'm sure I'll use it for something traveling. I don't know what this is for. Maybe a pager? Like, I don't know what we're going in here. But pagers were never this little. So I don't know. You missed their lippies. Let me know if y'all know what this is for. Like, I have no idea. So this was in here and not even open. Y'all see it's still in the plastic. And this side down here, this is so cool, y'all. Listen, Velcro. I'm like, this is so freaking cute. And he was like, if you want to keep it. And I was just like, what? A Nokia cell phone holder? It do look like it holds some type of electronics, but it is so tiny though. I'm like, what? And I remember when phones were small. Yeah, so these are Velcroed in, but I don't remember anything this tiny. This is like the super... But I don't know if I'll find anything for this, but I will definitely find something to put in here. ASMR Velcro. Should I do it again, Lot? But so these are the two things that I kept from Mom's when I was clearing out her stuff. Y'all got me over here acting silly. So I did find some gems, y'all. And I know this is not on topic of what we're doing. But when you go through someone's stuff that's 87 years old, a lipstick holder. I'm going to say Tanya, Tony, you're absolutely right. Because that's like the only thing. I'm going to open it right now. Oh, and it still has the tape. Like, it was never opened. You are absolutely right. And I'm sitting here like, oh, this is so freaking cute. Oh, man, let me see. We're going to try and put it. Okay, Fenty Gloss Bomb does not fit. That doesn't fit. MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color. That doesn't fit. It's too tall. And again, y'all, this is older. Juvia's Place. That's too tall. And it has a snap. And it's not, the snap isn't reaching. What can, dang. That's too tall. Those are colors, gloss. I need like a small bullet lipstick because these are not fitting in. Oh, maybe House Labs? Nope. Oh, maybe, no, wait, House Labs, Atomic Shaker? No. Maybe a travel size. something or other. But I do think you're right, Tony. And it's cute too because you have a mirror, so you can take out your lipstick and just use the mirror and put it in. I'm gonna find something to put in. I don't know, something. But I do think you're right though. But none of my stuff fits in there. So let's get to the eyeshadows. Tanya said, look at here. Did you figure out what's going on with your eye primer? Is it discontinued? I think maybe they're going to stop selling it at Ulta because it was not on the Ulta website at all. And I'm like, they better not be discontinuing it. But I don't think they will on the Fenty website. Because I was trying to take advantage of the sale. But, because you know me, that you know that's my primer, Tanya. I'm like, don't be playing with my, Fenty eyeshadow primer. Yeah, that is tiny. So I think it was one of them little tiny bullet lipsticks or something. I don't know, because none of my stuff fit in it. Ooh, maybe I could try and put a chapstick in there. Where's that bag at? Let me try it with a chapstick or a Tillaboot. Love your... Oh, hi, Holly. Your name is Bryson. My name is actually my channel name. So let's try a let's try a Tillamook. Yep. So chapstick or a Tillamook or something that size fits in here. I have a cousin named Bryson, but I know you're not him because you would have known my name. So yeah, so chapstick or Tillamook could fit in there. Thank you, Janessa. So let's get to these eyeshadows. I know I detour, y'all. It is just so fresh in my mind, me being there for those few days clearing out stuff. And I don't mean to keep going back there, but... So let's get into these eyeshadows. I used both of the House Labs. One is, they both say the Super Neutrals. This is volume 1. And this is volume 2. I think I'm getting used to having a small space. I did pull my chair back further. I really like these. Hey, Arlene. Arlene, you didn't message me for your address for me to send your prize. So please contact me today so I can send that to you, please. I'm not on Instagram anymore for a while now, for my makeup Instagram. So you're either going to have to email me or send me a message on Twitter. But please message me because actually today is the deadline for you to message me. So please do that today so I can send your prize to you. And this one is volume 2. I love the formula of these. A lot of people didn't. It seemed like most people didn't. Yeah, I have not been on my makeup Instagram for months and months and months. And I even did a video saying Instagram officially broke up with me because I can't get into my account. And so I did a video about it because I know everybody doesn't watch everything. And I did a post about it here on YouTube. Yeah, so I get nothing if anybody send me stuff over there. And so you'll either have to email me or send me a message on Twitter. So I'm glad you're here for me to tell you that. Because I'm like, I know Arlene be around, but I really like these. The color stories are different. So it's just like what, like, I don't know. The last time I used it, the last 2 times I used it, I think I mixed both of these together. And I think I did a halo spot eye, cat eye type thing. But I love the formula, and I don't know why a lot of people didn't. The shimmers, these are creamy. Almost like the newer Pat McGrath quints. The formula is creamy. And so I'm like, I don't know why. I know some people didn't like it. They're like, it's no transition shade. Okay, so you don't like it because there's no transition shade, then why'd you buy it? You can see it's not a transition shade for you. So I thought that was just a little silly, to be honest with you. But I love the formula, and I know a lot of people didn't. And the mattes, to me, performed really well. Like, I just don't, and you can see how creamy they are. Like, you see where my brush was in it. You see what I'm saying? I really like these. And so hey, Sylvia. Yeah, people didn't like the formula, and I love it because it reminds me of one of these Pat McGrath quints. To me, it's almost the same formula as the shimmers in these Pat McGrath quints. And I know people love Pat McGrath unless they front and they just love the name, but I just didn't understand it. Like, people were not liking it at all, and I'm just like, I love it. So my issue is going to be, yeah, it is not a lot of color. And keep in mind, they are called the Super Neutrals. And so it is super neutral. Just a volume 1 and a volume 2. But I don't use them often because y'all know I like color too. Guess what's on my eyes today, y'all? Take a guess. I remember last night I was saying I had not done makeup at all since July 4th. This was my first day full face. I did record the eye look, but guess what palette this is though, y'all? Take a guess. But I love these palettes. So my challenge is going to be how to tier them because my goal is everything to be top tier in my collection. This is Lethal Cosmetics. I just call this the Pink Purple palette. Hey, Sylvia. Yep, you're right, Janessa. I was so excited to dig in that today. So this, I'm talking all weird. Yep, that's what I have on. So I use this. I call it Pink Purple. Yep, Tony, paint the town red. I call it a Pink Purple flower palette because that's what the outside looks like. But I used this last month, and this I don't know what number look it was, but I used this last month, and for the Notoriously Morbid one, Tony, Paint the Town Red, I used the third column. And I did just columns. Like, so it was like the lighter purple and then that dark purple at the bottom. That's the one that I used. This is Night Flower palette that I mixed up. And so this has some Teresa is Lethal shadows in here. So this is my new Night Flower, Teresa is Lethal. Let me see if I can get it right. This is from, because I did write label for me here because I want to know what stuff is. And because of the view, the vertical, I don't have space to put stuff. This is from Teresa is Lethal. This is from Teresa is Lethal. This is from Teresa is Lethal. And this one is from Teresa is Lethal. All the rest of these are from the Night Flower palettes. And so that left me with more of the pinky purple tones that were I put in Teresa's palette, and Fabulous 50 House, excuse me, took that one. So I am loving this one so much more because it has more variety, even though we have a row of purple down here. I mean, I'm excited to do more with this. And I don't think I used it since I switched it, but I used it before I switched it, and I used Teresa's Lethal before I switched it, but then I can't show you that because that's already gone. All right, I'm sweating here. Let me move my fan, my little handy dandy YouTuber's official tool here. I am so excited to be back here. Okay. My gold palette, I did mix it up. Very reflective, excuse me. This is what it now looks like. And you can tell what doesn't quite fit maybe because the pans are smaller. So this is from Star Palette. These two are from the Star Palette. And this one is from the Star Palette. What's ironic is that this one, it looks more red in person. This one looks swatched almost the same color as the shade that was in here. But this one, I remember, showed up a little bit more than the one that was in here. So the only differences you'll probably see are just this one and having this extra dark shade in it. And so this is my new gold palette, and I'm excited to get into it. Excuse me for the glares. So I'm excited to use it, and it was a look I did with another palette. I've been realizing using other palettes that this is easily duped because I did a couple looks, and I'm like, this looked like something I could have did with the golden palette, and it was a look with gold colors and like a bluish or whatever, and I said that could have been a dupe for the original gold palette. You know what I'm saying? So this is not a unique palette. It's unique to me just to have it all in one palette. But when I started doing other looks, I'm like, the color story is not that unique. And so, oh, I know I was saying earlier, Tanya, when you had asked, do you think there's a point we get to where we realize when we really look at new stuff that we already have it? And I have talked about it in videos, but I'm gonna do a dedicated video to that because the answer is yes. Because when I look at new palettes and also Grace's videos, we have all the things. And I think it's just the layout or the packaging or just having everything in one palette, which is why we're like, oh, I need to get it. But when we just break it down by color, not color story as a whole, but looking at different colors, it's like we have that. This is my Xenon. I used this again this month. Not this month. I used this again in June. And we did look number 8 with this palette. So I love this palette, y'all. And when I use it, I do try to make sure I use some of the original shades and not just use all the shades that I swapped it out with. But I really love, I really love this color story. I really do. So we use that this month, not this month, in June. We also used, what look was it? Look number 7 with Whistler Snow Lodge. Yo, every time I use this, I forget how much I like it. And it makes sense, though, because this is the second time I had Whistler. For me, Nomad shadows, they do turn on me at around 9 or 10 months. And the PAO is 12 months. And I think it's whatever oil they put in whichever particular palette that turns, and plus me having sensitivities. But some people, they have their Nomad palettes for years and years. And for me, it dies within a year. So this is my second time having this. Oh, thank you, Janessa. Janessa just gifted. Hey, Dutch Monique. Hey, Mark. Oh, my gosh. Hey, Shell. TAC, how are you? Goodwind, how are you? And I don't know, Janessa just donated 5 gift memberships. And the memberships, thank you, Janessa, for doing that. It's good for a month. And so that'll give you time where if you're enjoying it, then just sign up, and it is $2.99 a month. So thank you, Janessa, because she's giving y'all an inside taste. Because I do lean on my members. I do members only posts. Should I do this? Should I do that? That's why we're here tonight, because the vote was to do the roundup as a live, and so other things we do. So if you want to be more on the inside, joining is the way to go. So every time I use this, I realize how much I really like it. But then I'm also realizing. You're feeling gifty tonight. I appreciate it, and I hope that they do too. And I hope that they really enjoy the perks. And also, as a member, you get to make requests. And so, if there's something specific you want to see, and I do ask that on my members tab, is there anything particular you would like to see? And that's when I did the palette bingos and stuff like that before, because it was members' request. And so, if you want to see something particular, when I do those posts, that's where you put what you would like to see, and I do them because you're a part of the inner workings of the Crazy Troll Nation. So when I use this, I'm reminded of how much I really like it. But the last few looks I did, I'm like, I could have did that with other stuff. And this might have been one of those looks with the gold and the blues. And I kind of really think that's what it was. And I did the look, and I'm like, this looks like something. I'm doing this because my lip touched this, and so I'm wondering if I have lipstick on here. I was like, I could have did that with the golden palette. And I like this palette because it is a lot of variety in here. The issue is, as with, dare I say, most Nomad Cosmetics palettes, is that it's not deep skin friendly. If someone does traditional transition shade and increase shade, it's not much depth to go. Like, this is the darkest shade, and this is like a green with a gray base or something. And so and that's been a complaint or a concern that I've heard, is there's not enough deepening shades. Like for my complexion, yeah. And then I don't do transition increase, traditionally. But and I do get it, because looking at this, if you're deeper than me and you do the traditional YouTubers way, this is not going to do it for you if you have deeper skin tone than mine. But if you're my complexion or lighter, like, this is really nice. Everything does show up really nice. Nothing in here makes me look dusty. This is a dual chrome. I want to say it shows up either pink or blue. I don't remember. But I really do enjoy this palette. But I'm getting to the point where, with just palettes in general, some of them, when I do looks, I'm like, that looks like something else. And so then I look through, and it is in my calendar to go through the gallery in my phone and to see what looks are duplicated. Thank you, Dawn. She did that for Janessa. And just weeding out, okay, what else can I get rid of and not miss it, because I can do that look. Excuse me, Natasha Denona from the Lila palette that Fabulous 50 also used when she was here. What I like that she did, I think she put this down first, and then she put this on top of it, and it made this look like a dual chrome, and it actually, that is a satin, but this over this looked like a dual chrome. I'm like, oh, that's really pretty. And so I like how she did that. Hey, Tack. It was Janessa. Janessa gifted 5 memberships. Janessa J. Champagne. And so hopefully you'll like what I do here, and you will decide to stay. And if not, that's fine too. Yeah, that was just amazing. I didn't expect that at all. This I call my Natasha Denona Trio Chrome Quint palette. And I call it that because this is made up of quints, of Natasha Denona quints. And of course, label whore me here. I wrote down what is what. This fan is blowing stuff around. So how can I do this without blinding you? Let's put Leela up here. So these 4 shades. Hey Alicia, these 4 shades are from Trio Chrome. These 4. Oh, thank you, Tack. Oh, well, I appreciate you being here. And I admit I don't always comment either because I tend to watch videos on my TV. And then I have to remember to go back on my phone to go back to the video and leave a comment. So I watch more videos than I comment on. Or sometimes I'll just really quick just go on my phone and just leave an emoji and then finish watching the video on my TV. Hey, makeup therapy. And so that's something because emojis count too as comments. And so yeah, but I'm horrible at it too. But thank you for being here. So these 4 are from Trio Chrome. These 4 are from the Ayana palette. These 4 shades here are from, I'm looking on my paper, from the Alloy palette. These 3 right here are from the Fez palette. So that's why I call this my Trio Chrome Quint palette, because this is from a Quint, this is from a Quint, these 3 are from a Quint. These are only originals in this palette. And the issue was none of the shades in the original Trio Chrome looked ashy on me, but my lids did not like the Trio Chrome shadows. So the 3 that were in the middle, I tried the first 2, my lids was like, hell no. And so I'm like, And then the other shades, even though they were light, they didn't make me look ashy, but y'all know I like more color. So I'm like, what can we do? And so I had, 3 or 4 Quints, and I'm like, you know what? I could just put all them in one palette. And so I put them all in one palette and did my label, because I'm like, I wouldn't remember what it is. Label whore here. And I really do enjoy this. And so when I use this, I make it a point to hop around in the palette. Instead of, okay, let's just do a look with this. Well, that's the Quint. I could have just kept it in the Quint. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's just use these 4. I could have just left it in the Quint. But since I put it in the palette, I make it a point when I use this to hop around and actually utilize it as a palette versus just sticking with how it was in the actual Quint that it came with. And so I just love this color story because it does make me think of what to do with it, because the color story is just like, what? Mission Triple X from Martine Cosmetics. This palette I really, really like because it makes me think, what can I do that I haven't done before? I still remember when I did a gray silver look with this palette. We used this shade, these 2, that one, and I think this one. And looking at this, it's like, do a gray silver look with this? Because your eye goes to the green or to the yellow, which these don't even show up bright on me. It just shows up as a really like nice neutral looking transition shade, which for me, my transition shade is all the way up here. But this palette encourages me to like try different things and to try something new because of the color story. But if you wanted to do monochromatic, gray, 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 you can do green, of course. If you want to do like a bluish, you have some blues. This purple, this is a beautiful color. You can just pop that anywhere. And then there's a black. So if you want to just use it for liner, maybe it goes on out a corner or somewhere, or lay this down and put one of the shimmers on top of it, or maybe something shimmery like this. But I really like this palette. The PAO for Martine Cosmetics is 24 months, which is great because that means I will have it for a very long time. And that was look number 9 with this palette. I do keep track of the number of looks I do because that tells me too, like, I really dig it. Martine Cosmetics, I think I'm up to number 18. For Circle Loco, I think I'm at 17 or 18. For Xenon, I'm up to look number 8. Whistler, I'm up to number 7. So that tells me too, like how much I really like something, how much I use it. I love the Mission Triple X Mayday. Is Mayday the blue and white one, the shark one? That is, because you just put blues. I do like blues, but not that much to have a whole palette of blues, which says me that just bought the golden palette, which was all gold, and me that purchased the yucca palette, which is green and mustards. Make it make sense. Hey, Bonnie. What TF? Like, I don't know either, girl. And so, Divine Rose and Utopian Dream, I took out of my Macari store. And so, what look was that with this? Divine Rose, it was look number 5. This is not my color story at all. But But this palette is so easy to use. And I like the baked formula of the Celestial shades because they are not messy. And y'all know I don't like mess. And every look I've done, thank you, Bonnie. Every look I've done with this palette, I really liked it. It just wasn't enough for me because I like color. I like bold. I like grungy. I like messy grunge. I like vampy, swamp water. And this is none of that. But all the looks were just really pretty. And so I put it in my Macquarie store. I thought I priced it reasonably because I've seen some a hell of a lot more expensive. But it was sitting there, and I'm like, you know what? If it's a day I want to do something and I really don't want to put a lot of time into it, I don't really want to think about it. I know it's going to be easy to use and it's going to be pretty. So I took it out of my Macquarie store. So that is that one. And the same with Utopian Dream. It's not my color story at all. Not at all. But it's pretty. It's pretty. The Celestial shades in here are not chunky. This one is a dual chrome. This is what I see in person. And when you look at it here, it's more like a burgundy. This one is a dual chrome too. So you see how that's turning different shades. Excuse me for the glare. But this is more monochromatic because all of these shades right here, for me, they just tend to blend in. They just tend to blend into each other. And it's just like, can I just have more color? But again, it's easy. And this one smells funny. I don't know if it's glue. It has to be glue. Like none of the other ones smell like this to me. But it's just really easy and really simple. I do like the looks that I did with it, but they were just very basic. And I'm like, I don't like basic. But again, the same as Divine Rose 7. It's easy. It's going to work. It's going to look nice. I don't have to put thought into it. I can't really mess up on it. So I love this palette. Nomad, Iceland, Fire, and Ice. Oh, let me back up. Divine Rose was look number 7. And it's a no kind of order on my paper. I don't even have... Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the one for Utopian Dream. This is Nomad Cosmetics, Iceland, Fire, and Ice. And this was look number 6. I love this palette. I love this palette because it surprised me. When this shade came in Ipsy, and I was like, oh, what palette is that in? So that's when I started looking at the palette. And I'm like, I don't do the light tones. They might make me look ashy. And I'm like looking at these two, and I'm just like, but this color. And I kept looking at it like, because I know I like these, right? You know I like these. This is popping. That's popping. The blue is popping. So I was just like, they had a sale. I do have my non-affiliated code, Dion, still works for 10% off. And so I'm like, I'll go ahead and get it. So because I didn't think I was going to like these tones, the first look I did was these blues. Y'all, that look was bomb. I was like, what the f... I said, if I like the look with the shades I didn't think I was going to like, what's the rest of the palette going to do that I know I'm going to like? Y'all, that's why I love this palette, because this right here surprised me. Because I'm like, there's no way these tones, that look was bomb. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, so this is one of my favorites. I wonder if I would repurchase it again. I don't know. And I kind of think that I would, because I don't have, like, even the blue look I did, like, I don't think I have another look like that. And even just the tones in here are just different. But again, what I was saying, like with Whistler, if you're deeper than me and you do transition and crease shade, you don't have any options except this brown right here. That's it. And so I get what people are saying, and I do hope that Nomad does hear those concerns or / complaints. But that would mean, you know, watching videos and hearing what people are saying. My lip hit this again. This vertical view, y'all. Wiping off lipstick. But I do really like the color story. It is different. So I do think, I don't know, but I am going to go through my gallery and see if I have looks that are repeated. Some Kind of Haunted from Notoriously Morbid. The more I use this palette, the more I love this palette. Oh, that was look number 6. Wait a minute. Yeah, that was look number 6 with this one. So Some Kind of Haunted from Notoriously Morbid. The more I use this palette, the more I like this palette. Dare I say, love this palette. And I do make it a point to hop around, because it's easy to do this one, this one, this one, and it's monochromatic. Or use these, and then it's just a light monochromatic look. Put this on outer corner. So it's easy to do monochromatic. So it challenges me to think of something different to do. with this, and it excites me to try and think of something different to do. And I'm looking at an eye look now that I have one, and it could possibly be from this. And so I look at looks I do, and when I look at palettes, I'm like, that look like that could be something else. But this was look number 5 with this palette, and I do enjoy it. I wonder though, like if I would get it again, and I would say probably not, because this is not original, neither is this one or this one. This one that was in here did not show up on me at all, and it was messy. So I'm like, you're messy and you don't show up for the party. These are the two that shattered when I went to swatch them. And so these 3 are MAC shades. And this is a MAC shade, because the shade that was here didn't show up on me either. So it sounds like, no, I wouldn't repurchase it, because 4 of the shades didn't work for me too, because they shattered when I tried to swatch them. But the other shades in here, like, I do really enjoy using it. And when I do use this palette, I try not to use these two or that one, because I want to use what's original, you know, to the palette, to really see like, okay, how much do I like it? And I am like really digging it. The more I use it, the more I like it. And it is easy to use as well. Excuse me. And another one from Notoriously Morbid, this one is the Poltergeist. And a lot of people complained about it. Oh, it's gimmicky, da 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 da. And if you haven't seen it, you'll see why it's gimmicky. Because it has, and then the names are on the back. So this is, can I get it right? This is Krueger. This is Hannibal. I'm doing it wrong. Voorhees, Michael Myers. This is Chucky. This is Ghostface. This is Pennywise. This is Sam. Thank you for the hearts. This is Leatherface. This is Candyman. This is Billy. And this is Spaulding. So before I ruined it by using it, people were like, it's gimmicky because the colors are going to mix together. But you see, even with me using it, you can still see what it is, except maybe this one. It is, right? And I enjoy using it. And the more I use this, the more I love it too. And this was look number 3 with this palette. So I need to use this again. I need to use this again in July for this month. And so even though I do agree with gimmicky, and what made it interesting for me the first few times is, okay, when I mix the color, because when I would go to use it, I would, you know, sweep the brush through it and not try and just do like, okay, let's just do the blue or the white. No, you see how I was just all over it. And so it was interesting. What is it going to look like? But what I found is that, which was a little disappointing, but now I know, this shade, this one, and this one, they all just look gray on me. So it's like, do I need 3 grays? This is a little bit deeper than this one, but they, depending on how much of what I get on a brush, which I do swipe the brush through the whole thing, these two look just kind of bluish gray on me. So we have gray, 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 bluish gray, bluish gray. So it's just like, why are all y'all in here? But it excites me to think of different looks to do with this and to do different combinations. Because initially I'm like, why do I need 3 grays? Like, where's the versatility in 3 grays in a 12-pan palette? You know what I'm saying? But the more I use it, the more I like it. This one kind of looks almost like this one in a way, like when I put it on. But I also learned, I don't know if they're still around, but Bitch Lab Cosmetics did highlighters that were stamped like that with hard cap. Oh, that's what Janessa says. And Makeup Therapy said, I like this. I love this palette. Can't name looks with it. And so it does challenge me to think of what to do. And what I've learned is, just don't put this next to this. Don't put this next to that, 'cause it's going to blend into the same shade. Don't put this one next to that one. It's going to blend into the same shade. So it's looking at it like, okay, what else different can I do? Use this one and then maybe these two or this one. Or these two kind of blend in together too. So if I want a gradient, put this and then maybe something like that. And so it excites me to look at this and be like, what can I do that is going to look different and all the shades won't blend into the same shade? And so I really do like the excitement that this gives me. Would I buy this again? Like, you know what? I would, just because it challenges me. I'll say that. It challenges me to be like, okay, I need to do something different. And what different can I do? So the first 2 looks was just using the shades and to see. And I think I did these 4 shades and then these 4 and then these 4 for a look. And so after that, which is normally how I do a palette when I first get it. I just run through it, get the shades on, see what they look like, and then from there I start to try to switch it up. So I really have been enjoying that. Also for this month, we're almost done, y'all, and then we're going to try to do our ranking. And as I said, my goal is to have everything top tier in my collection. That's my goal. Because I do want to keep a curated collection. Both of these are MAC limited edition Squall Goals. I always have to say that slow. SQUALLS. You say that real fast. Okay. Squall Goals. This one is Cabin Fever. Very basic. And I thought it was like Bronze Seduction from Pat, but it's not. And this one is Sparkle Storm. So I did a look with both of these this month. I'm looking to see what number looks were there, and I don't know. Did I write it down? Yeah. It was look number 3 for both of these palettes. I love the palette name. Oh, okay, I read that one already. So, but this is like what I was saying about Divine Rose and Utopian Dream. It just works. If you really like the high shine shimmer, this is not going to do it for you. But if you like looks like something like this, not that it's this color story, but something that has a little bit of shimmer, you have some depth, it's easy to work with, it's not messy at all, then yeah, this will do it for you. And this is why I really like this. This shade I really like too. And I thought it was going to be like Gigabyte and whatever palette it was, but it is not, because it's not that shiny, not that sparkly. But this is just a very easy, very simple palette to use. If you don't know what to do, it's not going to be messy. It's going to come out pretty. And so I kept that one. My other connecting color, the 6 pans, are in my Macari store. Not because I didn't love them, but because with the looks I did look like stuff I could do with other stuff. And so, and I did pair those, well, not pair, but I did battles between those and the Pat McGrath Motherships. And it was like, some people guessed right and some people guessed wrong. And some people are like, I don't know which is which, because if you take out the celestial shades, the rest of the palette looked like one of the connecting colors, like for real, the 6 pans. But this one, Sparkle Storm, this is a cute palette. This could be this. This could be these 3 right here. So you see what I'm saying? Like when you start looking at stuff, it's like, we already got that. But it, again, it's easy, it's quick, it's small, it's cute as hell. And I don't buy for packaging, but that's what it is. The last 4. Spellcast Beauty, sister brand of Notoriously Morbid. They are on the Notoriously Morbid site. I do have a code. Spellbound. When I read what it was, they created the sister brand Spellcast Beauty because these are not hand pressed in house. And so if you order something from Spellcast Beauty, and it is on the Notoriously Morbid website, it will ship out quicker because they don't have to make it. And so they realized that there was a gap between, okay, people want your products, but people don't want to wait 3 months to get the product. And so that's when they created Spellcast Beauty. And there are a couple other palettes on there that look really nice. And so I'm kind of like, But the color story is a little bit lighter than I would like. But these are nice. And I did a swatch party live stream and everything. So I've only used these one time. Over the Rainbow I did use twice because I wanted to do an experiment putting them over the base. But this is Cherry Bomb. This I would say is my least favorite because everything is going to turn out red with this palette. You see this, right? Everything, I mean, it looks different here. You see the different, like this is different. These are multi-chromes. But for me, when I put them on, everything was just red. It was either red or pink. So even though there are, this is all, well, not all. There's dual chromes in here and something. But for me, it all turned out just red. And I was just like, okay. Really nice though. The formula is really nice. To me, somebody asked me, is this formula the same as Notoriously Morbid formula, like from, I keep forgetting about Bog Witch. I need to use that again this month. And I forgot to mention that last night when I was talking about the Notoriously Morbid palettes that I have before I started getting PR. And I don't know how I left out Bog Witch because that's one of my favorites because of the color story. But this, as you can see, is like super creamy. When I put the brush in it, it just like moves the shadow. So you gotta work with it. But everything else was like really easy to use, and everything does show up. But everything in here, it is cherry bomb, like it's called. It's called cherry bomb. You're going to get a cherry bomb like that. That's what you're going to get from this one. Jade Dreams. I love the packaging. Yes, it's a sticker, but give me a sticker, you know, not ultra fancy packaging, and give me good quality shadows. This one I really liked because you're not just going, it's going to be greenish, but there is some variety in here, and I was surprised at the look that I did with this palette. And for these four, I did one palette, one eye, another palette, another eye. But this, I thought this is going to be all green, but it's not. It's not. And you see the shifts in it, but the colors did show up. And I was very surprised because I'm like, this is going to be green or blue. No. I need to use these again this month. I need to use these again because I really do like those. This one is Violet Thoughts. And the same with this one. I thought it was going to be all purple. But you see, like, this is like a reddish. You got some blues, and then you have like the deep purple and the lighter blue, and this shade, whatever that is. And this is creamy like the other one, so it was difficult to pick up. You can see the brush strokes in it because it just dips in and moves the shadow. But everything was really well. There is some kick up, and even here, I don't know, you can see the powder here. So it is a little bit messy, but applying them, because for me, the primer I use is a tacky primer. If I just put it on there, it's going to stick. So I didn't have a lot of fallout. There's a little bit, but not anything crazy. But this surprised me too, because I'm thinking this is just going to be just like a little purple palette, but it's really not. It's really pretty. And these two right here, they are hella deep, and y'all know I like dark colors. So this one, I was like, so I was surprised by this one, and I was surprised by this one in a good way. This one I was surprised by in a not so good way. This is Over the Rainbow. This one is all multi-chromes. And the reason I say that is the second look I did with it, because I was intent on, can I get something different? Or what shifts is it going to bring out? So I used Contemplative State. I got a stack of stuff here. I used Contemplative State on one part of the lid. This is a MAC paint pot. And I used Black Mirror on the other half of the lid. So Black Mirror paint pot for MAC is black. And Contemplative State is a mustard. Some parts of my lid, it blends in. Like if I do a wing, it'll blend in. But up here, you can see it's mustard under my brow. And so that's what Contemplative State looks like. So I wanted to see what shift it was going to bring out. So the first half of both lids, I did Contemplative State. And the second half, I did I do it that way? Black Mirror. And I think I picked two of the same shades for one eye and two of the same shades for the other eye because I wanted to see what difference it was going to make. And so I put one shade over Contemplative State over here, the same shade over Black Mirror over here. It looked exactly the same. And I did the same with another shadow here, this same shadow here over a different base, and it looked the same. So both eye looks look the same, even though I used different colors over either Contemplative State or Black Mirror. So honestly, that was disappointing because I thought, okay, different shifts, different color bases, it's going to look different. It looked like the same look on both eyes. And I was just like, why? I don't use Inglot on my lids because when it dries, and it's uncomfortable because it dries so well. And so I do prefer to use the paint pots as shadow bases, which is what they're created for, or even MAC Fluid Line, which is designed to be eyeliners, but these work well for shadow bases too. So I might use this one, and I have another, and I have a gray. So we have a gray from MAC, and this is like a shimmer purple from MAC. But I didn't really want to use a shimmer because these are shimmers. But anyway, I'm going to use them again because I'm just like, and the reason I wanted to put them over a base was, okay, Janessa, I'll still be here talking, I'm sure. Because the point was, okay, if I'm going to use these for toppers, I wanted to see what they would look like over a base. But then maybe I also need to try them over matte eyeshadows. Two were difficult to work with, and I'm looking in here. You see the marks in here, and you see the the dips in here. These two were hard to pick up on a brush, this one and this one. And so I had to kind of dig in it to get into it. And these are, and this one too, these are a very creamy formula. But they did go on and they did show up. But if they're going to show up ethereal over just an eyeshadow primer, or if different shades are going to show up the same over different color bases, then what's the point of saying, oh wow, look at all these pretty colors, but then when you put them on, they look the same? And even here, like these two look orange, these look different, but here they both have the red tone. These two look the same, but then when you put it this way, they don't. And so it's just something with the shifts where they look really pretty in the pan, but when you put them on, they're cute, but it didn't give me the diversity that I thought I was going to get. So this one I need to keep trying, because I don't like when stuff looks the same, because it's like, why are you in here if you look like something else that's in here? And Cherry Bomb, again, is my least favorite because you're going to get pink or red out of here. So that's all the palettes, all 21 palettes that we used in the month of June, which only has, what, 30 days? So I used 21 palettes in June. Granted, this was like one here, one there, and then the other day, one here, one there. So, but still though. So now we're going to try and do like our, not our ranking, because I do tiers, your top tier, mid tier, bottom tier. I can tell you right now, this is going to be bottom tier, Cherry Bomb, because I was just disappointed that I used different bases and different shadows and they turned out exactly the same. So it was like, why did all that work and you look like something else? We're going to do Over the Rainbow. Thank you, Arlene. We're going to do Over the Rainbow. Oh, I did get these in PR. I'm going to put Over the Rainbow mid-tier because I'm going to play around with it again to see if I can get something different. And maybe I just need to put down a matte shadow and just put it down. But then I did the shadow base, the paint pot. So it's just, so I'm curious. I'm curious to see what else I can do with it. And so that's the only reason right now this is mid-tier. This is low because you're going to get a red or a pink. If that's your color story, it would be top tier for you, and that's amazing. But for me, all red, look like I ain't get enough sleep, which I usually don't anyway, but I don't want to look like that, you know what I'm saying? So this is mid-tier just because I'm like, what else can I do? And so I'm motivated to keep using it. These two, I'm going to say top tier because they surprised me. This was not an all green look. This did not turn out all green. I was just like, what's happening? Even in the video, I was like, what's happening? This is top tier. This was not a purple look because I put this on and the way the color showed up, I was like, what's happening? I was like, oh, suck it now. I was like, okay, I see you. All right, so that's top. This is, okay, let me make some more space so we can do these tiers and then we can be out of here. So, all right, so top tier, mid tier, bottom tier. And again, my goal is, as time goes on, that everything is top tier. And I have done videos where it was like 6 mid-tier and like 18 top tiers. And so that's my goal. Cabin Fever. Cabin Fever. We're going to put this low tier as much as I like it. But we're going to put this low tier because it's just basic. Sparkle Storm, we're going to do mid-tier because this does give me some variety, even though it's only 6 shades. I can do different looks with this. So that's going to be mid-tier. This is going to be interesting. All right, I need more space. The Poltergeist. We're going to put Poltergeist top tier because I'm just excited to see what else I could do. So we did 5 looks, I think we said. We did 5. Damn, we only did 3. So yeah, we need to definitely use this some more. And so that's going to be top tier. And that's a long ass palette. It is taking up all of my space. Let me move this over here so I can slide this to the left. Okay. So this is going to be top tier. Because I just need this. Do I want to do top though? I'm going to do top because I'm excited. I'm excited. People are leaving. They're like, okay, we're bored. We saw the palettes. We don't want to hear you keep chit-chatting. Some kind of haunted top tier. The more I use it, the more I love it. Period. And I'm looking in here at all these purples too. That could be something like this. I probably said that earlier. Nomad Iceland Fire and Ice, top tier. That's the easy one. That's the easy one. These two Pat McGraths, these are going to be low tier. Because they're just not my color story. They're easy to use, though, the same as the MAC one. But it's just not my color story. But they're just so easy. And so I know I'm hearing myself like, why did I take these Utopian Dream? I'm like, why did I take these out of my Macquarie store if I'm going to just have them and be like, somebody ain't buy it. That's why. Mr. Triple X, my teen cosmetics. How am I holding this awkward? Top tier. Because there's a lot of variety in there. Natasha Denona, Trio Chrome Quint palette, top tier. This is just so many different options and so many different colors just to figure out what to do, and I love it. Lila, I need to use Lila more, and I love Lila. I love Natasha's formula. I just don't use this often, and I don't know why. You know why? Because it looks boring. It looks boring. We're going to put this mid-tier. As much as I love the formula, because it just looks boring. Even though when I use it, I'm like, oh, wow, this look is really pretty. So that's just mid-tier because it doesn't call me. It doesn't call my name. And these are things I think about when I think about, doing radical declutters. Like, what's calling my name? What am I going to use? What am I excited to use? Or at least excited to keep trying to see what else new I can do versus just, oh, this is cute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what gets me like... You know what I mean? Whistler Snow Lodge, this is top tier. I do really feel like, though, the looks I've done, I can do with other stuff. But I can't get the tissue paper off of here. And it's not like a revolutionary color story. But there's a lot of variety in here for me. So this is going to stay top tier for now. And when I use it, I'm always excited to use it. Y'all know this is top tier. Y'all know. Even before I mixed it, it was top tier. And I forget, how many looks did I do with this before I mixed it? At least like, what look was this one? This look was, excuse me. This look was look number 8. So I think I did 6 looks right away. Some of them I did not like because of my technique, because I was trying new shapes and doing new things. And I'm like, somebody with more skill would have been really cute. But on me, it was like, #troll tried it. Kind of thing. But even before I mixed it, this was top tier because it was different. It was different and it excited me and motivated me to try new things, to try new shapes, to try different color placements, even though it was all grayscale. But let me see what I can do that everything doesn't turn out gray. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it motivated me to do different shapes and different color placements and play with graphic liner and things like that. And so for that reason, this was top tier even before I switched it up, and now that it's switched up, y'all know it's like tippity top tier. The golden palette, I'm gonna say top tier because, excuse me, I heard that gurgle in my whole chest. It wasn't even a thing in my throat. It was like the whole chest was like, it really did. That oatmeal I ate has worn off with my Vietnamese cinnamon. And so this is top tier because it motivated me to use it. And so when I did those, I only intended on doing 7 looks, ended up being 8, and then it ended up being 10 because I was just wanting to see what else can I do. And so even if it's not an ideal color story, because some of the shades did not show up on me, which is why some of them I switched out, but just the excitement. Well, don't be looking up my nose, my nostrils. So, but it excited me to keep playing with it. And so even if it's not a color story, because like I said, some of the shades did not show up on me at all. But just the excitement and the motivation to just keep using it and to see what else I can do different and not, all the looks look exactly the same, which is what I was seeing on YouTube. And so for that reason, this is top tier and it still does motivate me looking at it now, even though I did switch out 4 shades, is what more can I do with this that is not going to look like another just typical golden palette look. You know what I mean? And so that's what I look for too. And the same with the Xenon. Okay, it's grayscale. What can I do that's not going to look the same? And that excites me and that motivates me. This is top tier Night Flower since I switched it up, because before it was like mid tier because it was just like, but this is top tier, and I do need to use this month with it being switched up with some of Teresa is Lethal shades. And the last one, no, we got 3 more. Whew. If you guys are enjoying this, go ahead and thumbs up for me. I should have said that when it was more people here before they started leaving. And this is my pink purple lethal BYOP. Where is this the one from? No, some of these are from the Wildflower palette, and some are mystery bag shades. We're going to do mid-tier for this, and I need to use this again, but then I just used it in June, so we're not going to use, I don't know. I do always like the looks that I do with it. These shadows are very easy to work with, but looking at it, it's just like, and maybe because it doesn't have that smoke, it doesn't have that grunge, it doesn't have that swamp water, and I think that's what it is with this. It's just the color story, but I do like the color story. I do like all the looks that I've done with it. It's just not quite all the way my vibe. So this is going to be mid-tier. So two more. These two are top tier. I don't care what nobody say. I know people despise these palettes from House Labs. I really enjoy them. I really do. So these are top tier. So top tier we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I missed one. 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2. The two little ones were hiding because I had the Spellcast Beauty ones on the bottom and they were hiding. So let me recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we have 13 top tier, which is awesome, out of 21. We have 4 mid tier, which are, keep using them and see what else I can do. I'm really not feeling, I feel bad saying it, I'm really not feeling Lila. What do y'all think of Lila if you have it? I'm really not feeling it. And I don't know if it's because I think this is what it is. I think it's because, you know, I'm looking at Jade Dreams, I'm looking at Golden, I'm looking at Xenon, I'm looking at Mission Triple X, I'm looking at Notoriously Morbid, and then it's like this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if it's after seeing the top, and then I look at this, it's like, We're gonna move this to the bottom because I'm really not feeling it. But I do think it's because of all the other ones the top tier ones I just looked at. So we're gonna move that. That pains me because I love her formula. So that leaves us with 3 for mid. Because I'm curious to see what to do with this. This one is just a good palette, but it's like I could kind of take it or leave it though. But it is different for my collection, Sparkle Storm. And so. And this one, since we mixed it, so I'm going to see what I can do with that. So bottom tier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we did move Natasha to the bottom. Utopian Dream, Divine Rose at the bottom. And these I could get rid of and think I wouldn't miss, to be honest with you. And that's why like these two were in my Mercari store. Should I put them back in my Mercari store? This, because this is all, it's all going to be red, and that doesn't excite me to not have versatility. And Cabin Fever, I kind of want to put this in the middle because it is just an easy palette. This is going to go in the middle because this is just an easy palette to use. All right, so we move Lila to the bottom, we move Cabin Fever to middle. So we got 4 bottom tier, 4 mid tier, and almost up to the 20s in the top. So again, these are all top tier. And so that's my goal. And so when I do these, I always think about the ones that's low tier, like, should I just get rid of them? But then I don't want to throw them away because they're still good. So I don't know. So that's going to be it, y'all. What are y'all thoughts on my tiers? Like, do you agree with it? Do you not agree with it? Are you like, girl, are you crazy putting Pat at the bottom? And Pat's been at the bottom before, to be honest with you. Your chat stalled, or is nobody talking? I don't know, Dawn. I noticed it too. I really don't know. I know a handful of people left. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe everybody's multitasking, which I ain't mad at because I be multitasking. Y'all were really listening to me chatting while y'all were multitasking. So, but what do y'all think about the tiering though? And part of me still wants to use Cherry Bombing just to see, or even if just using it as a companion palette, which is what I think is supposed to be. But I'm really not feeling these two. You were stuck. What did you eat, Dawn? My stomach is. I'm hungry. I'm really not feeling Lila right now, and it's a shame because this is like my second time having Lila. Excuse me. And it's fairly new. I just opened this September last year, and the PAO was 24 months. So this is good till September 2025. And these two, I want to put them back in the store, but nobody was buying them. So I'm like, I'll just use them. And they're easy palettes to use. And so, but what do y'all think about my tiering? What do y'all think about these palettes? Are you surprised at what's on the bottom? Two Pats, Natasha, and a bomb, cherry bomb. Um, so yeah, that's all we're going to do today. I'm waiting to hear thoughts, but it doesn't seem to be any thoughts. So we're going to go because a little bit shorter than usual, only an hour and 10 minutes this time. I remember one was like almost 2 hours. I was like, what the hell was I talking about? So I will be putting out something for members only, so you guys can let me know what you think about my thoughts about things that I'm thinking about. And ran out of thoughts for the day. So she doesn't. Dawn doesn't have any of these. Dawn, you don't? Dawn, you need to do it. You need to start doing videos and do a makeup collection video, because I need to really see that you don't have any of these. How about that? And Arlene likes the tearing. You're hot. Your brain is mush. Are you back home? I know we're still having heat advisories here in Delaware. It is awful. Super surprised that Pat was on the bottom. Arlene, Pat's been on the bottom before, especially the lighter tone palettes. My favorite Pats are Subversive. The first three, hands down. Subversive, Sublime, and Subliminal, and Midnight Sun, because that's a murky palette. Um, Excuse me, that was rude. Troll. Sorry about that. Midnight Sun. I said Midnight Sun. Moonlit Seduction I really like a lot too. But the ones that's kind of like this, Bronze Seduction is still in my Macari store. Janessa, you didn't get 5 more, did you? What the hell, Janessa? She gifted 5 more memberships. The hell? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. She trying to get y'all in-house troll with the rest of the in-house troll. Oh my gosh, Janessa. Are these people even here? Joe, Grace, you got another way here. She joined under her other channel, under her other email. Kali received the membership. Cyan received the membership. I knew a dude named excuse me. Cheyenne when I was in high school, and we just called him Shy. Deidre got a membership, and Andrea got a membership. Are y'all even in here? Do you have to be in the live to receive the gifted membership? That I don't know. Tech received one earlier, and Goodwin, Shell received one earlier, Margot, and Dutch Monique. So some of you I'm familiar with, and some of you I am not familiar with. Thank you, Janessa. Oh, you don't have to be in it. So I don't know. I don't think they're here. That's interesting. So do they receive notification that they received it? Something bit me again, y'all. Y'all see this red mark and it's itchy. It assigns them at random. So I think, so Janessa thinks it's people who's here. Dawn says you just have to be subscribed. It makes sense to me that they would need to be here, but I don't know. But thank you, Janessa. So we'll see. Yep, Grace, you have 2. But the gifts are only good for a month, though. So this time next month, my numbers will drop again unless they all stay. Yeah, I need to Google that and see. Oh, Dawn, you were notified by email when you got gifted? Okay, so you don't need the... But you were here, though, that time. Because that's when Sandy gifted it. You were already here in the chat. I thought those people in their lives... I don't know, Janessa, if they have to be present or if it's just random subscribers. Someone says it's who is most active in the chat. That's what I think. I think I read that before. It's who's most active in the chat. But some of those names I've never seen before. So I'm just like... I remember Deidre. Cyan, I don't remember. Kelly, I don't remember. Andrea, I don't remember like seeing before. The first 5 she gave, I was familiar with most of those. Dawn says she's been gifted by other channels that she wasn't watching. This whole thing is just interesting because to me it would make sense. It would have to be people that's here because like you're here and it's like, oh wow, I get a gift, versus just people who were not here. But then it would be motivating to watch because like, oh, I got a gift, let me go watch. See what they're doing over there on that channel. But thank you again, Janessa. I really appreciate it. That'll be it for this video, y'all. This is our tiering. So I don't like the bottom stuff. I'm just like, I know I need to give this another chance. I do know that. But like these three, I'm not feeling. I'm really not. So they might just go back in my store, or I'll ask around and see if anybody I know wants them. That's what I'll do. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. So make sure you email me, Arlene. It can't be who's most active in the chat because I see people gifted. I never exactly. That's what I'm saying. I've never the last few. Some of them I weren't familiar with. We're disappointing. All right, y'all. We're gonna go. Thank you so much for being here. 2 days in a row. Y'all showed up. Y'all showed out. I appreciate it. This was a lot of fun as always. And I'm excited about Painted Town Red. Let me grab that really quick and then we're really going to go because y'all know I'll be thinking of more stuff. Thank you, Arlene. So this is what it is. This is the column we used today. So this is right here. This is the center. And we put this here in the outer corner. And I used a red inglot liner. And this is first half lower lash line. And this one is second half lower lash line. That's it. When do I do 3 shadows? Y'all, look at this look though. I know I look good. Thank you. So we're really going to go. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. We'll be back here next Monday. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to reach out to the members, see what they say we should do. And thank you, Arlene. I'm digging it. I am really digging it. Thank you all for being here, listening to me babble, going through these palettes, and it is a lot. 21 palettes, y'all. Troll be doing some things. But we'll be back here next Monday for our normal Monday Night Live. I'm thinking of something for an additional live a month, but I'm tossing that around. So I'll be asking the members about that. Lives are a lot of fun. And tomorrow and the rest of the week we'll be back to thank you, Aubrey. Thank you, Dawn. Tomorrow we'll be back to our 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time videos. And yeah, you'll be seeing the looks with this palette. I think it'll be 3 looks, 1 video. That'll be put out later this week. I still need to do the other 2, but that will be it. And I'm looking at what I need to pull out to use for this month because there's some palettes I haven't touched in a minute. So we're going to go. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Janessa, you have my heart. Thank you for gifting 10 friggin' memberships. I hope they enjoy the content. I hope they enjoy the channel. I hope that most of them will stay. And it was just really awesome. I was shocked. I was shocked when Sandy did that, and I was shocked as well when you did that, and I really do appreciate it. And I just adore y'all for the support that you give to the Crazy Troll Nation. I'm feeling teary, so I'm still dealing with emotional stuff. So let me just... So thank you, Janessa. Thank all of you for being here. And that will be it for tonight. So you'll see me back next Monday. And you'll see me regular videos the rest of this week. I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. I'm getting used to this vertical view thing. You'll see me soon. Bye.